Thank you for asking me the question. I had to reflect on it. I haven't thought about it deeply before. And it's important for me to also convey that, generalizing Asia is a very dangerous thing to do. If you've lived there, you know it. Generalizing any country in Asia is a very dangerous thing to do. So take everything I tell you with that caveat. This is just my experience and my reflection on it. I grew up in India, and where I grew up, we had a neighborhood which had people. My neighbors were from many different religions, many different parts of India, and spoke different languages, ate different food, and it was actually fabulous, fantastic to be part of that environment. But one of the things you learn in that environment is to build bridges, and it's less about your particular identity, but you learn to build bridges and with people who are very different from you. And I think that's it's an asset. It's something leaders have to do, to learn to build bridges and find common ground to motivate organizations and motivate people with different mindsets to move forward. The second thing, and this is common in a lot of Asia, there's usually more people than there is space. And so there's a lot of chaos. You live with a lot of chaos, whether it's the traffic or the uncertainty. It's less about rules, it's more about finding ways to deal with that chaos. And I never realized it till I go back and visit India, but managing in that chaos becomes part of you, and it is part of me. And sometimes I think I enjoy it. And that's an important thing for leaders to do in today's business environment. If you're in the C-suite, you are managing uncertainty all the time. You're trying to deal with zigs and zags and find ways around it. Those are a couple of thoughts I'd offer up. I'm sure there are others who you'll hear from with other ideas. But please reflect on what it means for you. I would encourage you to think about two words. One is impact. And what's amazing about America, and since I've come here, it's something I had to learn, is that the ultimate currency here in business is about impact. Whether you as a leader can have impact, make a change, deliver what you've committed to delivering, and at any point in your career, and that's a very important I word on impact. The second word I'd encourage you to think about is innovation, trying different things. It's stepping out there and taking risk, okay, and making sure that you're comfortable taking that risk. I always tell people, if you don't have butterflies in your stomach when you're trying to take on something, you probably aren't taking on enough risk. And every time those opportunities come up for you, take it on. And both these notions of impact and innovation require you to take individual initiative, right? I don't mean at the cost of others, but it requires you to take individual initiative, which is somewhat different. We grow up in Asia thinking a lot more about the community, but what I've learned here is that you've got to take leadership. You've got to exert it and bring people along. It's what works in America, at least in my mind. My role models, I'm lucky to have many. I grew up by one of my friends, my father's friends, just an incredible gentleman who started a business in India, a successful national business. It taught me a number of different things. I deeply admired how he was extremely kind. He was always so approachable despite his success. And I always learned from him that there's times when you need to be just a family member, and that's who you are. Sometimes you're just a great friend, and sometimes you're a business leader. But underlying all of that is sound ethics and sound values. I was lucky enough to work with Indra Nui for several years, and she was an incredible mentor. She gave me the opportunity to switch careers, and I believe that I wouldn't have done it without those opportunities. And I learned from her the ability to be broad-based on thinking very broadly, yet at the same time the need to be very detailed and specific at times. And it served me well as I developed as a leader in the C-suite over the last several years.